The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Aliana Martinez stood before the assembled representatives of 47 civilizations. Her dark eyes swept across the semicircular arrangement of alien dignitaries, each one wearing expressions ranging from dismissive amusement to outright contempt. For the third time, Aliana said, her voice measured and professional, "Humanity formally requests assistance in dealing with the void swarm approaching Sector 7. Our colonies, your colonies are your problem." "Human," interrupted Councillor Thexver, his crystalline form refracting the chamber's light into rainbow patterns. "The void swarm has existed for millennia. We've learned to avoid their feeding grounds. Perhaps your species should do the same." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the assembly. Aliana's jaw tightened, but she maintained her composure. 17 million civilians cannot be evacuated in the time we have left. We're asking for military support, nothing more. Denied. Came the chorus from multiple councillors. Aliana stood motionless for a long moment, her hands clasped behind her back. Then, almost imperceptibly, her shoulders relaxed. A small smile played at the corner of her lips, the kind of smile that made experienced diplomats nervous. "Fine," she said quietly, turning toward the exit. "We'll handle it ourselves." The chamber erupted in laughter as she walked away. Only a few of the older councillors, those who had studied human history, weren't laughing. The Vexari ambassador immediately began transmitting emergency protocols to his home world. Within minutes, every major intelligence network in the galaxy intercepted the same message from Earth's military. Command. For simple words that sent shockwaves through the cosmos. Humanity is handling it. Captain David Chen stood on the bridge of the UHSF Indomitable, watching his tactical display light up with incoming vessels. Humanity had called, and humanity had answered. 372 ships had converged on Sector 7. Within 18 hours, every combat-capable vessel the United Human Space Force could muster, and dozens more from civilian volunteer fleets. "Status report," David ordered, his fingers drumming against his command chair. "Void swarm ETA, 6 hours," his tactical officer reported. "Enemy composition, approximately 10,000 bioships, ranging from frigate to dreadnought classification. They're not deviating from their course." David nodded. The void swarm were creatures of instinct, consuming everything organic in their path. They'd devoured hundreds of worlds over the centuries, and the galactic powers had simply learned to stay out of their way. But those galactic powers didn't have 17 million humans sitting in the swarm's path. "Broadcast on all frequencies," David commanded. "All ships, weapons free on my mark. Remember, we're not here to win pretty. We're here to win." The response was immediate. 370 captains acknowledging, their voices carrying the same grim determination. What the Galactic Council didn't understand, what they'd never bothered to learn, was that humanity didn't fight like other species. The Keldari had honor codes. The Vexfer had strategic doctrines refined over millennia. The Vexari fought with mathematical precision. Humans fought like cornered animals with nuclear weapons. Across the galaxy, monitoring stations watched in stunned silence as the human fleet engaged the void swarm. The first wave was conventional railgun barrages. Missiles, energy weapons, all ineffective against the swarm's adaptive bioarmor. The aliens watching nodded knowingly. The humans would retreat now, they thought. They'd learn their lesson. The humans didn't retreat. Instead, David gave an order that made every listening intelligence officer's blood run cold. "Deploy the packages." 57 human ships broke formation, accelerating directly into the swarm's densest concentrations. Aboard each vessel, skeleton crews worked frantically to override safety protocols while their captains broadcast final messages home. The first ship reached the swarm's center mass. Its captain, a woman named Sarah Rodriguez, spoke her last words into the comm. "For humanity. For the colony. See you in hell." The fusion reactor detonated, creating a miniature star that consumed everything within 1,000 kilometers. 56 more stars bloomed across the battlefield in rapid succession, each one evaporating hundreds of void swarm bioships. But humanity wasn't finished. The remaining fleet poured through the gaps, launching weapons the Galactic Council had banned centuries ago. Kinetic kill vehicles traveling at relativistic speeds, Quantum disruption torpedoes. Nanite swarms programmed to consume organic matter. And then Aliyana's voice cut through every communication channel in the sector. Broadcast from the command ship she'd transferred to immediately after leaving the Council. This is Ambassador Martinez to all Void Swarm organisms. You have 10 minutes to alter course. After that, we deploy the Reaper protocol. The swarm, driven by instinct, didn't respond. They continued their advance. David closed his eyes briefly, then opened the sealed orders he'd hoped never to use. The Reaper protocol, a doomsday weapon developed in the early days of human space exploration, and locked away as too horrific to deploy. A self-replicating nanomachine that targeted the specific genetic markers of the Void Swarm, spreading exponentially until every last organism was consumed. Command Authorization Chen Delta 77, David spoke clearly. Deploy Reaper protocol. 3 missiles launched from the Indomitable, each containing trillions of microscopic machines. They detonated silently in the void, releasing their cargo into the swarm's midst. The effect was instantaneous and terrifying. Void Swarm bioships began dissolving from the inside out. Their screams transmitted across subspace frequencies as the nanites spread from vessel to vessel, jumping the void between ships like a plague. Within 40 minutes, the largest Void Swarm fleet seen in 3 centuries was reduced to cosmic dust. The Galactic Council reconvened in emergency session, watching the recordings in horrified silence. Councillor Thexver's crystalline form had lost its luster. Aliana stood before them once more, her expression unreadable. The 17 million colonists are safe, she reported. As is Sector 7, you're welcome. You used weapons that violate, one councillor began. Weapons that violate treaties humanity never signed, Aliana interrupted smoothly. We asked for help. You refused. So we handled it. Isn't that what you wanted? The Vexari ambassador leaned forward, his multiple eyes fixed on the human. Your species is terrifying. Aliana's smile returned that same small, dangerous smile. Only when you make us be. We'd much rather be your friends. But if you force us to be your problem solvers, she let the implication hang in the air. From that day forward, when humanity requested assistance, the Galactic Council approved it unanimously. They'd learned a valuable lesson. When humans say fine, we'll handle it. The galaxy should be very, very afraid. After all, there's a reason Earth's unofficial motto had become, fuck around and find out. And the galaxy had definitely found out.